Visiting here with Big Daddy Randy out of Batesville, Arkansas. He is the play-by-play voice of the Lyon College Scots out in Batesville. How are you doing today, Randy?
Doing great, James, man. How are you there in Phoenix?
We're doing great. We're doing great. Thanks for joining us today on the JB Sports Show. We really appreciate it. Just want to talk to you just for a minute regarding the Lyon College Scots. They're coming to town tonight to play the OUAZ Spirit out at Spirit Field in Surprise, 7 p.m. the kickoff. Talk about those Lyon College Scots right quick. How's their season going out there?
Well, the season's going well, James. I think it's one of the best seasons that we've had in the 5 years of the program. Right now, we're sitting at 5-2 overall, 4-1 in Sooner Athletic Conference play, which is a far cry from our very first season back in 2015, which we went 0-11 that season. So we're doing really well. We've played a couple of teams very well here so far, but I think we've got one of our biggest challenges, which I think a lot of the guys in the conference have a big challenge with the Spirit, because you guys are pretty high powered, and I know you got one over on Langston, which put 60 on us a couple of weeks ago too. So we've got a big challenge today on the field.
You guys are 5-2 overall, 4-1 in the conference. We talked a little bit off air as well. What would you say is the big difference this year in Lyon College Scots football? I know you mentioned a couple of coaching changes.
Yeah, there are a couple of coaching changes. Coach Chris Sweet really has come onto the staff, and I don't know if you saw where it hit national attention, but Coach Sweet was diagnosed this summer with cancer, and shaved his head, lost his hair from treatments and all that stuff. And the guys, a lot of the offensive linemen, several of the offensive guys, just kind of bonded with him. They all shaved their heads and just showed a sign of solidarity, a sign of brotherhood there. And I think the bonds that they've built over that and the experiences that they've had off the field is really translating well on the field. So I'd say there's a good level of trust between the coaching staff and the kids, and then they've learned to lean on one another through some of their adversity off the field. Now, that translates a lot of times when you have that continuity with one another off the field, on the field. So, and Coach Casey Crehan knows what he's doing. I mean, he's been in the CFL before. He's been on the national scene and the professional level in that way too. So, I mean, he's really good at getting the best out of what he's got, and that's exactly what he's doing this year.
Well, you guys are riding a 2-game winning streak right now. You won against Southwestern Assemblies of God, 38-22, and then you took care of business against Wayland Baptist University, 42-7. You're coming here against this high-powered OUAZ Spirit team, and then you guys finish off the season against Arizona Christian University, and then finishing the season on November 16th against Oklahoma Panhandle State. What are the thoughts there in Batesville as the season wraps up for Lyon College and
Well,
the
we're
future of
proud
Scots
of what
football?
Coach Crehan and the boys are putting on the field. We got a chance to have legitimately the first winning season in our 5-year history. Now, I want to talk about a couple of kids, because we've got a couple guys that have been recruited in the offseason that's really making a difference. Now, Isaiah Bradford, who's our quarterback, James, he played for us some. We kind of mixed and matched it. We had Childress last year, who's no longer with the team this year. Bradford came in a little bit, and Josh Sierra was also interspersed in there, kind of a quarterback by committee, if you will, here and there. But Isaiah Bradford has really come on. He's got to 94 completions out of 170 attempts for over 1,400 yards this year, 16 touchdowns in the air. And a couple of games ago, he broke a school record for most passing games or passing touchdowns in a game too. So we're having a lot of firsts here in the modern era. One of his guys that he really likes to go to is Randy Satterfield. Randy Satterfield is a transfer in from Western Alabama University, 6'3", 188-pound junior. That's a great wide receiver. Added some strength, added some height, and some physicality out in the receiving core. He's got about 550 yards on the season, 8 touchdowns as well, and he's a great return man for us too. So a great transfer there too. And we got a freshman out of Memphis, Tennessee, named Orion Finley, who is amazing on the field. Right behind him with 445 yards and 5 touchdowns on the season so far. And since Demetrius Red Scott got injured this year with a hamstring, those two young men have really stepped up and put some positive things on the field behind the leadership of Isaiah Bradford. So, I mean, we've got a lot of good positive things going offensively. Now, defensively, our secondary, I think we're a little bit outmatched today on the field. But our linebacker, Sam Taylor, who's leading our team in tackles right now, he's got, I think, 65 total tackles, several for loss in there. But, our linebacker core is really strong, but I think we're going to be a little bit outmatched today, just if I'm being honest with you. Can I be honest with you like that, James? Is that all right? All right, good deal. But yeah,
Most
like I said, I
definitely,
mean,
Randy. That's how
it's a
we
big
roll.
challenge. You guys are tops in the league there, and you guys have really come on early here with young program and put some things on the field very positively today. And Coach Crehan, I talked to him earlier this week. He said, "Man, this is going to be a tough matchup for us. I just hope we can go out there and be competitive." And I think you are going to see a competitive squad. I mean, last year it was we came out there and it's like we didn't get off the plane, didn't get off the bus. But this year, I hope the spirit is ready because the Scots are coming.
The Scots are coming indeed, and game time is just hours away now, Randy. Thanks so much for joining us here today on the JV Sports Show, and we appreciate you taking the time and giving us a little bit of insight on Lyon College Scots football. We're a little bit bummed out, Vince and I, that you weren't able to make the trip out this year, but
Well, I'm going to tell
we
you, no
certainly
one's
get it,
more
and we
bummed
hope
than
that
I am. We're going
hopefully
to
we can
welcome
catch up
you
with you
guys
next
into
season.
Batesville, Arkansas next year. So I hope to see your faces here in the foothills of the Ozarks and come and see the beautiful scenery that we got here and enjoy the hospitality too. But hey, today, job is out there, and all I got to say is go Scots.
Big Daddy Randy.
Oh, that was good.
There you go. That's Big Daddy Randy joining us here on the JV Sports Show. Thank you so much, Randy.
James, that
Batesville,
was
Arkansas. You can hear him
yeah.
as the play-by-play voice of the Lyon College Scots. He's also on KZLE there in Batesville, Arkansas. Thanks again to Big Daddy Randy for joining us today here on the JV Sports Show.
James, when someone says to you, "Can I be honest?" you have to say, "Yes. Yes, you
Vince,
may."
that was a delay in the software, sir.
Good.
Come on now.
I like the nickname. I got to get a nickname. Huh? Big Daddy Vince. I don't know.
Anybody wants to give me the nickname Big Daddy, I'll take it. I'll tell you what.
And
No, that was a
he's
great
earned
talk with Big Daddy Randy yesterday, and he's always a big proponent of the Lyon Scots, does a great job on the play-by-play call for them. And just a great chat with him as always. We look forward to hopefully catching up with him next season. So stay with us. We'll be right back here on the JV Sports Show. And we'll bring on LUAZ basketball coach Matt Keeley after this.
Go JV.
The Dan Patrick Show improves your morning.